ComAcad is a combination of two core classes of history and English combined with a communications class.
My name is John Macleod, and I taught at the Communications Academy from the year 2012 through 2021, when it became Archie Williams High School. But my past goes further with ComAcad, because when I used to work at Autodesk, one of our educational managers wanted to set up a project-based learning environment in a high school, and Sir Francis Drake volunteered to be that school. So back in the 80s, we went and set up a project-based learning academy at Sir Francis Drake. We provided all the equipment, all the technology, and that program's been running ever since until this year.
Finally, the infinite power.
I learned so many things from ComAcad. I learned how to make a big idea on a small budget. But the biggest thing I learned, and the biggest impact that ComAcad had on me, is how powerful it is to come together as a community. My favorite parts of ComAcad were walking into the computer room, seeing everybody working on something different, a YouTube video playing that inspired somebody, walking into the back room and seeing people mess around with equipment.
What I found the most unique part of it is where you had students working with each other to figure out how they were going to produce something.
I really learned how meaningful it is to work with other people on a creative project that you really care about and are embedding with your emotion, your imagination, and just how rewarding it is.
ComAcad does two things. The first thing is that it provides you with skills and incredible resources and materials to do film. And then the second thing is that it gives you this kind of very big, wide open field to explore your own interests within the context of those resources and the assignments. The assignments are often structured in such a way where sometimes they're very specific. It's, make a political ad or something like that. But very often the projects are very open-ended while still expecting you to make something real. And what that means is it really, really demands you exercise your creativity.
The sink! I want to fix the sink. It's really, really taking me off.
I feel as if I were in a movie theater, the long arm of light crossing the darkness. I do not know if the audience sees what I see, for I have forgotten myself. It is always like that when you go to a movie.
My name's Francie Sal. I have taught in ComAcad for the past 15 years. I teach U.S. history, government, and economics.
My name's Greg Doherty. I teach English and digital communications, and I've been teaching in ComAcad for 23 or 24 years.
I think what makes ComAcad unique is just all of the creative energy in the room.
Yeah, that and that it's project-based. So we're collaborating on films, and you've got all the artsiest kids in the room, and so stuff gets silly, but also they're learning vocational skills, but also they are just developing these relationships that they wind up really loving each other and getting very close-knit as a group.
This one is a little bit of a cheap shot because it's going to be original shorts, and all the other interviewees will also say that.
Now for me, I loved a lot of these projects. I would have to say though, of course, the original shorts are, I think, a fan favorite.
My favorite project would have to be the original shorts.
My favorite project was original shorts.
For my favorite project in ComAcad, as I think any proper ComAcad student should say, it was original shorts.
But here's the reason why. The reason why isn't that the other projects are all, fluff, and then you finally get to original shorts. The real reason why original shorts is amazing is because it's the pinnacle of all the technical work you've been asked to do. So while you're doing the political ads, while you're doing the Poetry Cafe for my previous final year, while you're doing all these other little projects, ads, tidbits, reels, like 2-minute videos, etc., what you're really doing is you're building up your skills and your repertoire and also your rapport with your classmates to make it so that when that original short comes around, everyone is prepped and you're able to do something really magnificent and exciting.
You know, in the fall semester, I remember talking with classmates, planning for original shorts, trying to figure out what groups you get together for finally putting your project together. And it was, definitely the highlight of my senior year.
Everyone was helping on someone else's original short, whether it was acting in it or making the costumes for it or holding the boom.
I was told by my ComAcad teachers that my original short was unique in one aspect. It was set historically.
What's your name?
I don't know. I know I had a name, but I can't rightly remember it.
That's all right. I'm sure you'll find one.
What are you doing here?
I needed to get away. And I like it here.
So do I.
If you didn't have this freedom to structure and schedule your own work, this incredible freedom paired with the tremendous resources available, both technological and the skill of the teachers, the program would not be the incredible thing that it is.
It was really rewarding to develop that kind of creative connection with the people you work with where you just got to have fun and be vulnerable with each other because you're making creative stuff and there's always a bit of vulnerability there.
ComAcad is a place where you're able to find your people. It felt like a place where I felt safe at school. I felt like I was able to make more friends from the friends that I entered in with it. And it led me to a lot of different possibilities outside of high school.
It filled me with so much warmth to know that at the end of every day, I would be learning alongside people I really loved, people I cared about, people I was inspired by, a place where I felt accepted and safe. And the magic of ComAcad was by being given creative freedom, so many people who might not have always had the space to create something for themselves were inspired to.
Okay, ComAcaders, I just want to say thank you. This has been wonderful. This has been the highlight of my teaching career. And I love you all so much.
ComAcad's, having you in my room has made the days fly by. And your creative energy, your compassion for each other, and your passion for doing interesting work has really made teaching a pleasure.
I wanted to say thank you for coming all the way to outer space for this interview. And also thank you for the second part of the interview where you joined us on our submarine. And also in this beautiful meadow.
I just think it's so unusual.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Francie, go ahead. Sorry,
Well, it just is such a unique opportunity to be interviewed underwater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep it blue for that.
Thank you for all the underwater time. Yeah.
It's a public TV station.
Greg Doherty.
That's hilarious.
Greg Doherty, you're calling right in my interview. So now you're part of it.